We're rolling.
I'll try to be good.
We're rolling?
We're rolling. Rolling.
I can smell it on you guys.
Oh, I thought that was just my tongue. Like I can taste it.
We've had some fun this evening before recording. We're gonna have a fun time.
I don't know.
You're all ruining this.
No, we're not.
No,
I'm
no.
the only sane one.
Ian, don't tell me that
Right.
having a nice time and living in the moment is ruining
If Justin
something.
Trudeau says I'm allowed to do this, I'm allowed to do this.
Justin Trudeau does this at parties, then shows his party trick of dying down the stairs.
Dying.
Just like his
Yeah.
dad before him.
Is that how
Wait,
he
no,
died?
he
Is that
didn't.
what he
No, I
finally-
didn't mean it like that. I just meant he fell down the stairs at parties.
Oh.
That's
Guys,
how you press Castro.
Why don't
Is
you
he
introduce...
alive?
Who?
Pierre Trudeau.
No, he's
No.
dead.
Daddy
Oh,
Trudeau's
thank
dead.
God.
Okay, I think we should do
I don't know
introductions.
anything. That's good.
I think we should do introductions now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm James.
Are you?
Yes. Well, some people say I am. Other people say, who the fuck is that?
What?
Introduce yourself. He's
I'm
dying
not
over
dying.
He's not dying. Give him a break.
Yes,
Let
Ian.
him speak.
Guys, it feels like my nose is curling upward.
there. Oh, no, it is.
Don't tell me that shit.
Don't be mean, Ian. Anyway, I'm Greg. I'm the only sober one right now. And, also an angel. Still on that, recurring joke that's not really a joke.
Come on, Ian. If I'm dying so much, you better have something good to say.
I'm trying to come up with a Frasier impression, like, introduce yourself with
dying.
Frasier
He's
Crane.
dying.
But it's not working. I'm Ian.
I'm Tammy. I'm an exchange student from Tennessee. You know what I'm doing? The girls' room skit from the Amanda Show. But I'm Renee.
So far, we're gonna get sued by Limp Bizkit and the Amanda Show this episode.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now I'm just trying to imagine them in court, and he has like the red basketball hat on.
Bring in the dancing lobsters.
I'm sorry, did you say basketball hat?
Yes.
What is a basketball hat, James?
You're stupid.
Well,
Ew, don't do that. That's gross. Dirty
Ew.
bird.
it's when you
Fucking
take a
lie.
basketball and you cut it in half and you stick it on your head.
We saw that happen once.
We did.
Ball
We
head.
we seen like a teacher
Ball's
do
head,
that.
ball's
God.
life.
Not
It
one
was-
of our teachers.
It wasn't one of ours. It was like an exchange.
What's an exchange teacher?
He was like,
He chaperoned the
You mean
exchange
a
student.
sub? Or
No.
like a student teacher?
No, like
Uh,
he was chaperoning the exchange students.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
no.
We're talking about Unity Pacifica Holy Trinity Band memories from like 2014.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Don't worry about. So, Ian, I think we need to mention something about last
do.
week.
We really do.
Oh god.
What
So-
do I do?
You didn't do anything.
You
Renee.
let
Perfect.
Little David's Bible songs win, and then you voted to rescind that vote, giving it to me.
Yeah, because,
I
we
win.
all watched it afterwards, and I don't think we're ever going to watch any of these
Oh,
after.
it was the worst. They butchered all those songs.
Yeah, it was depressing.
Everyone, they
and
say
it was-
Skinnamarink wrong.
Yeah, I don't get how you fucked that one up.
They're stupid.
Skinny
dumb
marink.
kids.
But enough about shitting on children.
Wow.
I won last week,
You technically won last
won,
week.
Technically.
So,
which is write that down.
After further investigation.
Yeah. So I decided. Wait, what?
So what's the score right now? 2-1 or 1-1?
1 to 1.
How many
Ever.
episodes have we done?
Helmstever.
This is our
Their
third.
Oh, okay.
Homestever.
Happy
Yeah.
third episode,
We
everybody.
only did further investigation into 1 out of 4 videos.
Don't do this.
That's not fair.
Don't do this.
You're winning, but you're cheating.
I'm fine with
How,
that.
how about from now on, it's the win stays within the video.
We already thought.
Or not video, this is audio. Within the audio. And, no, for now it counts, but from here on.
Okay.
Since the
okay.
rules has
Yeah.
not been
Have changed.
established.
Because we voted on
Damn,
that
I'm
immediately.
smart.
You are.
We have very strict rules here, guys, that we always follow. Like, so up to podcast sober.
Huh?
Haha.
Well, I'm
Uh,
thankfully I'm
Greg
here.
followed the rule.
Greg 3 for 3,
He
but
has to. He drives.
Yeah.
Greg 3 for 3,
The
but
rest
Renee,
of us are,
Renee's
me and
only
Ian are freeloaders, and you're home already.
Yeah.
Renee, your ratio of sober to high is 1 to 3 so far in this show.
What do you mean?
Wait, how is it
What does
1
that
to 3?
mean?
This is
When
the
we've
second
only had 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
I mean, I'm including
Stop.
this. I'm including this one.
Well, I was sober for 2 of them.
No,
No,
you
I
weren't.
wasn't.
No.
You're right. Remember when we watched the Stupids together? That was fun.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the Stupids episode. We'll get to that at some point.
That'll be our 100th episode. The Stupid
Anyway.
Spectacular.
James, I decided I want you to summarize your movie first.
Okay, good, because I was actually going to suggest this would probably be a good one to get the ball rolling. Pun intended.
Ha 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 ha. This is
Oh,
Your
God.
basketball
Actually-
hat rolling.
this is
Better
a
not
very
be Airbud.
this is a
Actually,
very sporty episode.
Oh gosh, is
Shit,
it Bud?
No,
Is,
it's
is
not
that
Airbud.
is that why we started talking about basketball hat?
No,
because I
you
missed it.
James.
Yes, no,
Wait,
I'm bringing up
I-
my notes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I really was excited to hear your argument.
No,
No.
and we all love Airbud. Airbud is too good for this show. Or like,
I fucking hate Airbud. That sucks. You know what's good? Most Extreme Primate.
okay, Most Extreme Primate is really good.
Yeah, I know.
I like the one where he's a monkey. So
What the fuck?
most extreme.
you like
He's a monkey in all those movies. You
Oh,
dumb fuck.
I meant spy. I meant spy.
James,
Oh God.
open your fucking movie.
Okay.
he's trying.
When the
So-
monkey is a monkey.
so-
Just rip the tape.
He
Oh
doesn't
my
want
god,
it.
please
I don't-
relax.
So, already this one, like the cover wins. The
Oh,
cover.
but this is actually
Mr. Pippin, you get your turn later.
This is golf. The ridiculous obsession.
Oh no.
That man
I
is
don't
cross-eyed.
like. Yeah. Okay.
I
No,
want
The
you-
hole is
I
an
feel
anus.
like I'm being teabagged.
I want you guys to describe what exactly you're looking
Oh,
at.
I want to do it.
Okay.
Okay, there's this man. He's very average looking. He's wearing stupid pants. They're so baggy. He's wearing baggy slacks. The angle is taken from just the middle of his shins while he's ever so slightly crouched. So the focal point is his bulge. His dick bulge, I mean. And then he's holding a fucking crowbar and wearing an ugly watch and a white polo shirt. He's clutching a crowbar in one hand. Oh, that's a
Renee.
garden hoe.
Renee, no.
No.
What?
Renee,
That's a golf club. I get it. He's clutching a golf club in one hand, like a weapon, and using one hand as like a bear paw, like, grr, I'm a bear. But his expression is, oops, I peed a little. And it's called golf. And the O in golf is a golf. I'm so stupid. I don't know why I didn't think it was a golf club. I wasn't paying attention. The O in the word golf is a golf ball because graphic design is my passion. Up in the corner, for no reason, not a part of the picture whatsoever, is a little pile of multicolored tees. I believe they're supposed to represent gay pride. They are multicolored.
Gay rights.
But they kind of look like balloons.
They do.
And the whole thing looks like it's taken through a paper towel tube.
Okay,
Thanks. I'm afraid.
so that's pretty much the reason why we bought this one.
Golf is a ridiculous obsession.
And
To get
honestly,
teabagged by a white man.
I was surprised when he looked at me and he said, "You're gonna do this one." He's like, "Look at that cover. That's amazing. How can this not be
You
great?"
see, I banked on the cover being a letdown,
Fair.
which wasn't the best idea of mine, but
Still cross-eyed though.
yeah, he's cross-eyed as fuck.
Cross-eyed.
And
Mary.
He was living in his white bread dude.
Okay.
So when we started it up, I was like, "Ooh, I don't know. Maybe Ian was right about this one."
I wish I
Because
was.
unfortunately you started up and it starts off with golf is the game of champions and the people who play it.
The most disappointing thing since my son.
Okay, Mr. Plunkett.
You sound like Mr. Plinkett,
Now,
what I'm saying.
now Red Letter Media is gonna sue us.
We're all half in the bag, and we're gonna be half in the fucking hole after this.
So anyway, but then
Yeah.
then there was one line that made me know, like, okay, this is gonna be really good. Was when saying, "Not every swing is perfect," and then he says, "Most golf swings are swings as smooth as a pregnant camel," and I said,
Oh my god, is this really happening, or am I just super high?
"That's
No,
what
that
I thought
happened.
while watching it, completely sober."
Yeah, you were.
And,
So yes.
and so it starts off, and like it's a documentary.
Is it really though?
No, it is.
It is.
It's
Like
a legit
it's an
documentary.
It's a legit documentary.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it was made for CTV actually,
Shit,
from
you
American Home Treasures. Good for them.
It kind of is a home treasure, isn't it?
Yeah. So it starts off, and the first dude they talk to is this like old guy, and he works.
Older. He's an older gentleman.
An older gentleman, and you know he's real prim and proper. He's like a golf guy. He's a golf guy.
He's the golf man.
What are you doing?
Holding my boobie.
Are you scared you'll lose it?
It's just comforting.
Oh, okay.
Scared because of the
And-
teabag man.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
Okay, but yeah.
At
tell me
first
this
I was
older
just like, you know,
gentleman.
they're gonna follow him around, they're gonna show him around the golf course, and you know, like be like, these guys, they play for 3 hours a day. I'm sure that's a whole lot.
We don't know dick about golf.
Yeah,
None of us are athletes.
yeah, of any sport really. So if there's,
Can you really call golfers athletes?
you could call them elderly.
I mean, like, look at Donald Trump. That guy's fat as fuck, and he always golfs.
Yeah. Anyway, so the dude is like, I got a special thing I like, and he brings up this this pivot.
No, pivot.
What's a
Pi-
pivot?
so
No,
that's what I
No, the
said.
divot.
Divot. Oh,
Divot.
okay. That's just a mistake I made.
Yeah.
And he said when he was working on the golf course one time, the famous golfer Arnold Palmer,
Oh, he
he
has that drink.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's half something and half something else. Though I don't know what things, so don't quiz me. Thank
Hey,
you.
what things are in Arnold Palmer's drink?
What did I just fucking say?
and so he's like, yeah, I picked it up because you're not supposed to pick them up.
You're not supposed to pick up the
Arnold
divot.
Parl. Sorry, I'm having this
Are you
stroke.
picking up the divot?
I tried to ask what you're not supposed to pick up.
The
I
divot.
thought
The
you meant
divot.
Arnold Palmer, but there were
It's-
too
no.
many L's and they all got caught.
No. You can pick up Arnold Palmer if you want,
Yeah,
but
not his divot.
yeah, not a divot.
What's a divot?
It's
Okay.
like when
No, okay, so when
Yeah,
you're
sure.
golfing, you know, like when you whack up the bit of grass?
No.
Like, when
I thought they did that by accident because they just missed.
Yeah, but you're still supposed to put the grass back.
yeah.
Are you?
Mm.
Yeah, and that part's called a divot. Or
The,
something
the
like
bit
that.
you digged up was a
The
divot?
bit that gets digged up. I might
Yeah.
be using that. Well, I might have been a bit off the description, but fuck off. I don't play golf.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is accurate. You're gonna get from us tonight.
but instead of replacing the divot, this guy fucking pockets it.
Yeah, and he's like a real badass. He's like, I wasn't
I
supposed.
pivoted Arnold Palmer's divot.
Yeah, he's like real
Wait.
confident. He's like, oh man, no
he
one.
pockets the bit of grass?
He
Yeah.
stole, so he stole some grass.
He stole
And-
some grass because Arnold Palmer played on it.
So and then
Oh.
Now,
Oh.
it's hero worship. It's celebrity worship.
And
It
I mean-
says a lot about our society.
that's all well and good, and
That
then
clears up
it's
so much.
That's deep.
it's instead of just like bringing it home and maybe like watering it or I don't know what else you would do with it. I
he
don't-
full on cultivated it.
Yeah, he cultivated it. He like trims it. He
It's
keeps
giant
It,
now.
it's giant.
Like
And
you almost mistake it
he-
for his fucking spider plant.
He drives it around and he drives it to the golf course
He
with
treats
him.
it like a pet.
He treats it like a pet.
Like we're not making this
His
up.
grass?
The fucking grass.
Oh, and I forgot to mention.
Is this a real person?
Yes. And like this
What
is
a loser.
this-
He's a fucking nerd.
and this is the point where I also want to. I got a note here, so I might as well mention it.
No. This is just summary, no commentary.
No. The dude was sunburned as fuck,
Oh yeah, he was sunburned.
but
as
that just
fuck.
might come from his job.
Oh yeah, he also works on the golf course.
Yeah.
I suppose he fucks the golf course too.
Like
That's how you get the holes in the ground. that's his job, is to keep them clear.
Keep him fresh.
He's got a very cylindrical. I'm just gonna stop talking now.
you got a
I'm
cock
very
like a
sorry.
soup can, don't he?
Oh God, Andy Warhol.
Oh no!
So
Soup can.
Yeah, you know, a can of soup thing.
What? We're all cans of soup.
Oh.
What if we were?
What kind are you?
Oh no. SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
I want to point out that any of us except Greg could say chunky and it'd be really good.
Oh, I should. No, SpaghettiOs.
Remember Pearl Harbor.
I can't. I don't know what happened.
So he's
Greg,
going
can you bring
on.
me over one?
Oh, Greg, I don't know
And,
what you're getting, but I want some.
Don't matter.
Don't eat random like Ian. That'll just sound like shit.
I know, I'm gonna turn my head around.
No, don't do that.
Oh, Greg's getting one.
Greg can eat one out in the kitchen.
Bye, Greg.
Greg's away from the
Greg's
table
on
for a moment.
sabbatical.
But this is Greg. Can you hear me out there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
He said yes.
So
He said yes!
He can talk. He can talk. He can talk. I can sing.
Ooh, help me, Dr. Seuss.
Yes, thank you.
and at this point he mentions he's going on about like all the cool things the clump of dirt has brought him.
Oh my god.
And he says that he won 3rd place in the Golf Nuts Society
Golf Nut of the Year.
Golf Nut of the Year. He lost this to Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Captain
Space Jam.
And apparently a bunch of the members didn't like this, and he calls Michael Jordan a poser.
Oh yeah, he dragged Michael Jordan.
He's like, oh, the only reason he won is because he put a fucking golf course in the back of his yard and a driving range on his house.
Bugs Bunny taught him.
Bugs Bunny taught him how to do it.
Oh my god, this is so weird.
And so after he shit talks him a bit more, and he's like, I'm a real golf nut. They start talking about the Golf Nut Society, which I think is pretty
Believe it.
cool in theory. But then you meet like the guys behind it, and they're fucking crazy. One guy.
Yeah,
shit.
sure. That's hard to believe.
Yeah. Shocking revelations. Someone who runs something called the Golf Nut Society is weird.
You keep saying nuts.
Oh, get used to it.
Oh, sheesh. Oof.
You better get used to hearing about nuts.
Aren't I red in the cheeks?
Are you ready?
So,
Probably. I'm super high.
so there's the Golf Nut Society,
Yeah.
and they're made up of like a bunch of different members. You have to sign up for yourself. You can't just be like, oh man, my friend plays a lot of golf. I'm gonna sign him up to be a golf nut.
That's probably good.
The
Yeah.
golf nuts because they nut over golf.
Yes.
Oh.
And
Poetry in motion.
They said puppetry in motion.
It could be that.
Yeah, I mean, if you make a golf puppet show. So they apparently have to take a test, and it's like, and
We're the manger babies.
Renee, I want to hear you Luann impression.
I don't have one. I can't do
Do one on the fly.
Uncle Hank. I don't know what even to say.
Uncle Hank.
That is so
Buckley
stupid.
died again.
Oh my god, Buckley, what a fuck.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
so
your dad's unemployed. Remember?
Yeah.
so anyway, back to the
Back to the golf.
Oh my god, we're
and-
doing something.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we're only about 10 minutes into the golf summary.
We're like 20 minutes into the podcast.
It takes us 2 minutes to talk about 1 minute of golf.
Oh
That's
man,
'cause it sucks.
There's a lot to
Yeah.
talk about. So anyway, there's like a test to do,
Oh yeah, the golf nut test.
and it's like, have you ever played? It's like smaller stuff, like have you ever played in a storm or like a rainstorm? Have
To prove how much you like golf?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the lower end of that test.
and like the more extreme stuff is like, have you missed your mom's funeral to go play golf? Have you?
Did you skip Christmas with your family to play golf?
Yeah, shit like that, and I think that's like the mid-tier stuff.
Yeah.
And Then they like show the guy or
That's like a real white man thing.
Oh yeah, they're all honkies.
everyone. No, there's white men and women. I
hate to break it to you, but women are honkies too.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm a honky.
You said
You're
white
all
man
honky.
stuff. I'm just saying
No,
They're-
but Nathan's
they're-
white man. I just said honky.
there's a mix of both in this one.
There's honkies everywhere.
Honky puck.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Honky pog.
Honky
Yeah.
puck.
Honky pong.
Well, that guy wasn't a honky. We'll get to him next.
Wait, who wasn't a honky?
I'll get to him next. So anyway, they're talking to him, and like he's like, "Oh man, I'm the golf nut, and I make everyone,
Golf nut.
we all, I'm the guy who organizes it all. And this is my favorite thing in
Does
the
it look
world.
like I'm wearing a yarmulke?
I mean, that's cool and all. You know, man's got to have a hobby.
You gotta fix this.
No, I'm sure. Like it's like I'm wearing a hat. Do you see the brown parts of my hair? Does it look like I'm wearing a hat?
I'm not comfortable with it. Put it back.
Why
Yeah.
aren't you comfortable with my hair?
It's not your hair, it's your roots.
Excuse me. Half of them are on purpose. And they grew out really far.
Anyway, then Mr. Nuts, wife.
Oh, like
Miss-
the golf nut president.
Yeah,
Nut.
the golf nut president.
Nuts.
Then his wife, who I didn't really write her name down. I just wrote
We
down.
didn't write down his name.
I mean, yeah, I just wrote down Miss Knot. She is like, yeah, my husband's great.
It's a woman who hasn't been sexually satisfied since 1975.
Me.
Poor
She-
soul.
She is just like angry, and
What a shit job.
she seems really bitter towards the whole thing, and like she doesn't get a whole lot of screen time. But when she's on there, you can just feel like this underlying like this fucking golf bullshit again. So then it cuts to another guy, and he's the Dalai Lama.
Oh, the Dalai Lama. Okay, that
he's-
part was actually
Dalai
cool.
Lama?
Yeah, the Dalai Lama.
He wasn't a white guy. He was a guy, but he wasn't white.
Oh, yeah. And he wasn't allowed to play on an actual golf course. What did that tell
No.
you?
Well, to be fair, the reason for that...
Racism.
Yes.
Right.
I shouldn't have those so close to the thing. The reason he couldn't play was because he lived in, like, the middle of New York City. What? He lived in New York City. What's wrong about that?
No, it's not that.
Chud's gonna come get him.
No, at one point, I just, I turned my phone on for a second, and a group chat with, one of our 3 whole fans who regularly talk to us about this. Jerry changed the name of the group chat to a part he had just gotten to in the first episode.
We're not gonna bring that up, and I know exactly what it's gonna be.
It's the captain.
Oh no.
Thanks, Renee, for that. Anyway,
What, me?
remember Captain Dr.
Remember
Captain and the game master.
placebo.
Anyway,
I
back
have
to
literally no idea what you're
back to
talking
the Dalai
about.
Lama.
No,
Anyway-
I really need you to explain. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember when James didn't know what the word placebo meant? And he
No,
thought
with
it
No,
was-
aphrodisiac.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, aphrodisiac. And then he thought it was a date rape
Yeah, I
drug.
remember that.
Yeah, I remember we started calling him Captain. Captain DR.
Oh! I have no memory of that. I've never listened to these.
Matt, we're gonna fucking take forever to get through this.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
having
okay.
fun with my friends.
No,
just-
this is gonna be a great episode.
Just keep.
Yes, I'll
running.
keep soldiering on.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama.
The Dalai Lama. He was actually
Dalai Lama.
he was a pretty cool guy, but I kind of got to wonder about one of the things he did. He was like, yeah, I work here all the time, all day, all night, especially at night, so I don't really get to go out golfing. So what he would do when no customers were around, he'd either be like doing like push-ups off of street lights, not push-ups, like
Pull-ups?
pull-ups, yeah.
Yeah.
Or he'd just take a golf tee and put it in the ground and hit golf balls down the road.
He didn't have teeth.
Oh wait, no, he just took metal screws and used them as tees.
Yeah. No, he took metal screws and then hit bolts off them
Yeah.
You.
with a hockey stick.
No, he had a golf
A
club.
hacky stick.
I thought it was a hacky stick.
No, he had a golf
Oh,
club.
it was a golf club.
They weren't in Canada, and they didn't have.
I'm not.
Nowhere else but Canada
Yeah.
has hockey sticks.
Don't you watch Canadian television? That's what they tell you. And you
What
watch.
about no?
I love corner gas.
How can,
Yeah.
how
You're
can there
not
only
immune
be
to propaganda.
Canadian? How can there only be Canadian hockey sticks when Gritty lives in Philadelphia?
I have
Jim?
literally
True.
no idea how this conversation started.
Me neither.
It's golf. It all
So,
comes back to golf.
Aside from
thought
the
you were
people
so
he
much
might be
closer.
hitting with like these stray nuts and bolts, he's just shooting down the
Imagine a
road.
guy hits his nuts in your face.
And you're just walking
yeah.
down the road at like 5 in the morning for
No.
some reason, and you just get this big whap in the face from like some guy down the road. Just four whap. You don't have eye anymore.
Cool.
That's how
That's how at
That's
least two
how.
of us ended up with glasses.
Oh, and
You'll
then was
shoot your eye out, kid.
that was probably the most ambitious.
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 Oh, the golfer.
ambitious.
No. This was the only there was a golf course, or not golf course, golf club in Scotland,
Oh, hang on.
and they didn't own.
You're forgetting a part of the golf
no,
nut.
I'm not.
Yeah, remember there was a guy who said he played on in 3 countries in one day.
Oh yeah, he was like the winner at
Yeah.
the current moment. I didn't make any notes about that because I wasn't paying
Oh.
attention. But yeah,
Thanks a lot, asshole.
I just didn't really pay attention because he was just like boring, rich, crazy.
3 countries in one day. That's still
Yeah,
kinda crazy.
fair enough. But
It's
like
not
I
like
think
there-
Trump does that on a usual basis. Zinger got him.
Zinger, got him. Moving on.
And anyway, so
Wow.
this is golf
Ladies
club.
and gentlemen, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, sir. Watch out, Jimmy Kimmel. I'm coming for your TV show.
It's James Night Live
Ugh.
With musical guest James.
with musical guest
With audience of James.
Oh God! Like, just imagine.
I'll be
Saturday
in the
Night Live,
audience too.
But everyone in 30 Rock is just that fucking guy.
So anyway, this golf club is like they couldn't.
We don't mean
have-
like golf club.
I
Yeah,
understand.
but yes.
You know what a club is.
Anyway, so
Not that we've ever
they-
been to one.
they don't have a golf course. They haven't had one since like the Second World War.
The Nazis took my golf course.
They took it with the Rhineland.
Oh
You can't spell Rhineland without golf.
no! I'm
You
gonna need a
certainly
citation on that,
can.
Ian.
Anyway,
Source?
so
Me, APA format.
so they
Off.
couldn't afford land
Oh, my nose.
anywhere
feels
near
fucked.
them,
Yeah.
or on Earth for that matter. So they did the next logical thing. They bought the land for the first golf course on the moon.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And they have meetings every week.
On the moon?
No, in
No.
a nearby pub where they get shit faced.
Oh, okay.
So these old dudes just sit around and they're just talking about, I can't wait to go on the moon and play my golf. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
You look like Larry King.
Oh my god.
Oh god, I'm gonna pee like Larry King would.
Poor old Larry King.
Oh, no.
I don't know if he
Be
can play.
nice to me.
I don't know if he can play golf.
My next guest is incredibly fucking high.
So next they went
It's me.
they went back to America, but they went pretty north with
That wasn't
What?
no, that was the Yukon.
Yeah, that's in Canada.
Yes, I'm stupid.
Yes, you
so
are.
they went to good old Yukon.
Yukon, where Yvonne lives.
Yes. Dude, I wish Yvonne was in this segment. They lose points for not having Yvonne, but we'll live with it. Anyway, so you know how up there they have like the midnight sun and all that?
Yeah, the sun stays up for like
Hours and hours.
Jesus hours.
Except for the times when it doesn't, right?
Yeah, but that's at like
Yeah.
that's like 4 a.m. to 6 a.m.
No, I mean other times in the year. It's
Oh
the
yeah,
opposite,
yeah, but,
right?
yeah. It's just like one
Yeah.
specific time of year.
Yeah.
But anyway, there is apparently there's a big thing up there about this one golf course, and people come from all over to play this one specific round of like midnight golf.
I love how in the doc they're like it's kind of a shitty course though.
Yeah, and they show the course, and it's like this is a real shitty course because it's
a
like
really shitty
it's mostly
course.
made out of like sand, and it's not like a real like golf green. It's just kind of like out in the woods.
It's the world's fucking worst golf course.
Like at one point, they're like some golfers bring their own grass
Like-
to hit.
Like that guy.
What's that noise?
The wind.
That's the win.
It's the house settling. Sleepy. Hongshu.
Don't watch me pick my nose.
You were directing attention in your direction.
I was just turning around and picking my nose.
No, because you asked what that sound was.
I don't remember that.
And anyway, so people just go up to this golf course and like they're not even pro players.
They all kind of suck.
They all suck. They just have a bunch of money and they get drunk as shit. And this is when we started to notice something kind of weird with it.
Everyone was a drunk.
Well, everyone was a drunk, like on this one course, but no. There's a lot of profanity in this for something that was just made for TV, and they don't censor it, but they try and cover it up. Like they'll just be like a guy hitting like a golf ball bad, and he'll be like shit, but like they'll put a bunch of wind noise over it, and just hope you don't hear.
So weird.
Yeah, they don't.
Man screams fucking a windstorm.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me in the fucking economy.
Same.
The next was a pretty short one. It was the smallish town, and they had a golf course that was like free to the public,
Oh yeah.
and like anyone could just go there, and it's like, oh cool, you don't have to be super rich to play here.
The people's green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the people's green.
Oh, there was an old dude who played there a lot, but you know he wasn't that crazy. He was just like, I'm old and have nothing to do, so I play golf.
Yeah.
And good for him. And then they showed the exact opposite, which was the Pebble Beach golf course, which was just like, you know when you see something and it's just like infuriatingly rich?
Yeah.
Like, you look at the TV and you yell bourgeoisie swine? Well, I know you do that a lot, but...
That's just because he keeps watching Family Feud.
And he's poor.
You're all anti-worker, and I'm canceling you.
I just need money.
But, like, this thing it's ridiculous. You gotta pay, like, thousands of dollars just to get there, and then you have to pay an extra thousands of dollars to potentially play on the course when you get there. And then you gotta pay a bunch of more money, and it's crazy, and I didn't like watching it.
Okay.
And the guy was a smug dickhead.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me just recap the price. So that's $3,000s.
3,000s, not 3,000.
Yeah,
though.
$3,000
I'm pretty sure at
Yeah.
one point
So funny.
I think at one point the number 18,500 was thrown around towards the beginning of it.
That's
Yeah.
about $3,000s.
And they did give like specific like prices, and it
But
was
we don't remember.
we don't remember. Anyway, so then they're like talking to one of the employees, and she's real crazy for golf balls. So what she does,
I remember this part.
She loves them balls.
it's like apparently what you're supposed to do on the course is like if you like hit into a pond, apparently you're supposed to go get it, but most people are like, no. So this lady goes and she gets all like the golf balls at the end of the day, which smart move. She's like, I sell them for a bunch. And she's like, look at all my cool golf balls. They're cool and rare. But then she says, I have the coolest and rarest one. It's Donald Trump's golf ball.
Donald Trump.
And he has his name on the golf ball. And she says, I don't want to play golf with anyone who has their name written on it. Because they're losers. So she basically calls him a chump for a couple minutes.
Funny.
And
How progressive.
she was ahead of the curve.
She kind of was.
Ahead of the curb.
Yes.
Ahead of the curve, James.
Oh my god. I have a lot.
Like a grading curve.
What happened next, James?
I'd
I'm just
probably.
helping.
Let me see. Then there was just like a brief thing on like a bunch of doctors being like, "Hey, let's look into this thing called the yips," which is just like
I've heard of that.
it's like when you just like fuck up on the course and you just don't do
And then
good.
You keep fucking up.
Yeah, and
I watched a show that had that in it recently.
Bob's Burgers.
Oh, it was Bob's Burgers.
No,
Thank
it
you
was
so
Dr.
much.
Yap.
Shut up.
Dr. Yips.
Dr. Yiff.
Oh, no.
Ow.
It's funny and I should say it.
Oh my god.
Does my braid look good? Is this like a look? Do I look like Natalie Briglia?
Sure.
You look like you try to bum crack money in front of the gas station.
So what? I can't be both?
I don't know.
Oh, then okay, everyone's gone from the table now.
I'm still here.
Close. We're listening.
Anyway, so then they start talking to this one guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I was real bad at golf, and I bought 42 putters, and I put them all in one locker. Then I got so mad one day, I said, I'm never gonna golf again, and I left everything in the golf storage room at the golf course." So this man just had like a shitload of golf clubs, like thousands of dollars worth, 1,000s this time.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
And he just left it. I mean, that's pretty nuts.
That's capitalism at its worstest.
Oh, and then there was, I have her name down as Wendy. There's this lady named Wendy, and she's like, yeah, I divorced my husband because he sucked at golf. And whenever I just wanted to play golf all day obsessively and do nothing else, he was like, can we do anything else? Can we, like, do something else? And she was like, no, get on my level. And they got a divorce. And then she found another guy, and he's like, all we do is go on the golf course, but I like it, so it works out. And then she's like, well, if I get better than him, I'm gonna leave his ass. It's like, that's terrifying.
What?
I thought that I was watching TV, but it's your parents' wedding photo.
This ain't Harry Potter, Renee.
I don't know. I thought I was watching the news.
Have you at least
But I
been...
think I was just thinking about the things that James was saying and misunderstanding them all. 'Cause I'm
Okay,
too
so what
high.
happened? What's happening now? James?
Next was like some weird sex pervert.
Um,
No, he was like, I'm a psychologist sex pervert.
Oh yeah, the guy was like,
What?
And he's
golfing
like,
is about dicks.
he's like, golfing's real sexy, and it's all about sex. And he's like, well, the clubs are like wieners, and the holes, well, you know what I mean, people. It's like, okay, please stop.
They're also wieners.
And then he just keeps going and going with that, and you just like, man, I hate golf. I never want to golf ever.
And wasn't that the end of part one?
Wait, what? How many parts are there?
And then after part
Uh-oh.
one, there's only 2 parts.
Okay.
They just have it like split up because I think it was like a made-for-TV thing.
Yeah, it's like 2 45-minute
okay.
parts.
Yeah. So anyway, this fucking thing ends with like your credits, but then they just show like the base of a golf club, and it's like dwindling, like swinging back and
Oh
forth.
yeah, I think it hung itself.
And then they pan up, and they have a noose tied around the golf club.
The golf club fucking hung itself.
So it's
that
like
makes sense, though. It's like representing how these people are giving up their whole lives for golf, right?
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that.
That's because it only just happened. You didn't have any time to think about it.
Aw, that's true.
Get good.
No,
Okay.
I don't want to get good.
I want to get bad.
And
Greg flipped over the table.
No, I didn't. That's a lie. That's slander.
Ian's slanderous, so he
The
loses.
table's
All.
on a slant
That's-
now that you're throwing it over.
That's
Fuck off. Let James talk.
So then part 2 begins, and there's a little kid, and he's really, really good at golf. Like, he's amazing at it. And then they talk to an old man who's really, really bad at it, who played for his whole life. And there's not really much more.
I was hoping he was going to deck the kid just out of jealousy.
Yeah, that's the way they were kind of, like, playing it up, but it didn't happen, and it was kind of disappointing.
What the hell are you doing?
Twisting things.
Twisted pear.
And then they talk
I
to
got a
the...
twisted pear.
You should probably go to the hospital.
No, I'm going to twist it.
That's not better.
Testicular torsion is no joke, Ian.
It is when you do it to yourself.
I can't wait to hear you try and talk about your fucking movie.
Oh, I will. It's the
I
first
thought
time
you
with
were going
yours.
to say testicles.
Well,
And
he
I was
already
like,
did,
we're living
so-
it, baby.
These guys are gonna come and fucking hit your golf balls.
James, what happens next in the movie?
And then there's like another old man. God damn it. I think I've said old man more than I've said golf.
Old man,
So he-
look at my golf.
Anyway,
What?
now Neil Young's gonna sue us. Anyway,
Why a porno?
listen to our podcast on a phone.
Everybody knows this is
Paul-
podcast.
Anyway, So this old man, he like runs this really cool like old golf museum, and he's like, hey, look.
Okay.
I mean, for like
it's golf, so I
the
know.
the second part was more, I'll say, educational than the first.
Oh my gosh.
Like they still remained like they still kept some like the weirdness.
But there wasn't like the first one just bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
weirdo.
The second one was actually kind of interesting and like, oh, I didn't really think about it like that kind of way. It was like actually like kind of informative. And anyway, so the old dude is like, yeah, golf's super old and it's really old. And then he starts like shitting on like the pros, and he's like, I hate modern golf. It's stupid and lame because all these guys don't know how to golf right. He's like, Tiger Woods, he don't know how to golf.
I was born in the wrong generation for golf, okay?
I think he thinks he was born in the perfect generation, but then the one after him was like a bunch of pissy babies. No, that's his words. They're a bunch of pissy baby. He didn't say that, but
Busy Babies, CTV, 2019.
he said something similar to that. What was it? Yeah, he hates modern pros. They are all, quote, spoilt bunch of monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
Oh, and then the next one was there was back in the States. Oh yeah, that wasn't Scotland, by the way. Back in the States, there was apparently this huge competition for. Well, I keep saying these things like they're like happening now. I'm assuming they are because this is documentaries from what
2003.
2000. Yeah, 2003. Anyway, so there's this giant competition for people who just suck at golf. And they have people monitoring to see how badly you play.
Wait, what?
And if you play too good, they bust your ass. And they're like, get the fuck out of
They
here.
break your fucking kneecaps if
Yeah,
you're good at this game.
You're too good at golf!
They literally
Whack,
call
whack,
you
whack.
up. And they're like, hey, bud, noticed you're doing pretty well. And it's like, I guess it must be. It's like, you've been practicing, haven't you?
The thing is, like, the competition is for, like, really bad golfers. So this is, like, if guys who are still playing below average who are getting investigated.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It's like, oh, you, parred 91 yesterday, Dale. What the fuck's up there, bud?
It's like, you ever see that promotional photo for Malcolm in the Middle where he's on the golf course but he's like using the golf putter like a pool cue?
Yeah, I know.
It's like if you actually play golf like that. That's the level of golf they want you to be playing.
Oh, advanced golf.
Oh, is that not a good move?
Double golf.
Like no.
Oh, then why do people do it?
They don't.
Malcolm in the Middle did.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen it somewhere.
Uh,
Perhaps.
Mayhaps. Haps may. Smaps.
Perhapsly so.
Hey.
oh, and the next was they went to the PGA, which is like the big golfing.
It's like the Golf Stanley Cup. It's lame.
Yeah.
The Golf League Cup.
But the merch
Stanley
booth
Golf.
is crazy because everything's super expensive.
Did you see the merch booth?
Yeah.
The trade show.
The merch booth.
The merch booth.
Anyway, so they're like showing all the crazy things people have. Ian's covering his head in shame because I
Called golf cool.
No, I called it a merch booth.
Oh, right.
That's cooler than it deserves, though. Anyway, so they're showing all this stuff, and there's like a big dancing robot.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's just like a dancing robot dancing with golfers.
I forgot about the robot dancing golfer.
Baby, I'm dancing with the golfer.
And I mean, if I dance with a golf robot, that'd probably be the only way I could like imagine paying for some of this stuff.
I'll suck your dick for a golf robot.
No.
Yeah, but as well, there was like a bunch of like other stuff. Like I don't
Like,
even.
oh no.
I have down expensive bingo dabber for golf clubs. So
Bitch, that does not mean anything.
That's code.
there was like a bingo. It was literally a bingo dabber.
Oh yeah, you put it on your club to see where you're hitting the ball with the club.
Yeah, and they were like, "This is like a $50 bottle," and it's like, "No, that's a bingo dabber."
Bingo dabber.
It's a $50 bingo
It's a
dabber.
bingo dabber with a fucking golf ball on the sticker.
Bingo.
And then there was like other things around, like they weren't selling stuff, but they were like getting their brand out there. That's where Golfing for Christ comes from.
Wow.
Golfing for Christ.
It's literally
right.
just like we go to church, but we golf as well.
It's literally
We golf
golfing
in
for
church.
Jesus. Haven't you golfed in a church
Did
before?
you guys know that Jesus always got a hole in one to save our souls?
So next I have a note about...
his hands and fucking feet.
That was funny.
We've committed sacrilege on the podcast. How many times now?
Too many to count.
Your shoulder looks so fucked up. Did you cut your shirt open?
What?
Like, did you cut a hole in the middle of the shoulder of your shirt?
No.
Why is your shoulder poking out?
What do you? It's not my shoulder. That's
Yeah.
Not
that's.
anymore.
That's like the thread or something.
Oh. No, the top of the chair behind you I thought was your shoulder peeking out of your shirt sleeve, and I thought that you cut them in a fancy style.
Next
Leave
was
me alone, Ian.
we're almost
I ain't do
towards
nothing.
we're almost towards the end of this one now, guys.
All right.
If you're still fucking listening.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, next was the Big Bertha golf clubs. Apparently they were really good, and they were super good, and people didn't like them. I also have a
Wait,
note.
what?
The Big Bertha golf clubs.
Yeah, they were too good, and
Were they
apparently
people?
there's someone here named Dick Ruggy.
What?
There's just a note here that says Dick Ruggy. So I think he's the guy who made them.
There was a guy named Dick Ruggy.
Dick Ruggy made Big
No, I
Bertha.
think he was the guy who like tested like the velocity of the clubs or something.
I don't know, but his name was Dick Ruggy, and I found that really funny. And now that I'm high, I find it even funnier. So I think this should win.
Going Dick Ruggy, write that down.
This is
Ruggy,
Dick Ruggy.
Ruggy,
The man on the
Dick
front.
Ruggy.
That's Dick
Ah!
Ruggy.
Oh, is it?
That's scary.
To me, he is. He's Dick Ruggy.
His name is Dick Ruggy.
Now you get to see why they call me Ruggy.
He looks exactly like a guy that would be named Dick Ruggy.
Holy shit.
Hey guys, I'm Dick Ruggy.
I'm Dick Ruggy, and I do something with golf clubs.
What does he do with them?
Well,
I can't say on TV.
I shove him up my fucking ass.
We're in the third part.
No, there is no third part.
No, it's exclusive to sex websites.
That's what
like
you get when you subscribe to our
Pornhub.
Patreon.
The sex website.
Sex websites?
Yeah.
That's the only way you can watch porn is if you give us money.
Yeah, exactly.
We have your porn, and we're gonna show your mom.
We've monopolized the porn industry. We own it now.
So apparently there was like a big like upset over these clubs, and like the golf professional or
The golf standards.
yeah, the golf
Society or some shit.
overlords were like
Golf Jesus.
we're like no, don't you do that.
What?
Don't you use those clubs.
Don't use a big bird.
He thought he was talking to you.
So did I.
Don't do that, Dick Ruggy.
You're Dick Ruggy.
I'm-
You're Dick Ruggy.
I'm Dick Ruggy.
And I'm Dick Ruggy, and we're from the FBI.
Next I just have Scottish people like old school golf.
Old school golf?
I just have Scottish people like old school golf.
Forsooth verily, I am going to strike this ball into yonder hole.
And
What
then,
the fuck do you think
That's what
Scotland
she
is?
said.
and finally, we end
What
off
have I
golf,
done,
the
dude?
ridiculous obsession, with another fucking golf club hanging itself. But this one was even worse, because like the first one was like, it had like a sunlight coming in on it. This was just like in a dark, scary room.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's like, oh man.
So weird.
It's like the creators of this
I think
kind of like golf going into it, but at the end they were like, I fucking hate
I
golf. I never want to look at it again.
we
Like-
just saw the bad ending of golf.
Play it again to watch the good ending.
Yeah.
So Ian, I've talked ungodly long about
Yeah,
golf.
how long into it are we now?
an hour and a half.
No, we're 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta talk fast.
Honestly, I don't think there's all we can say about.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I ended up accidentally picking this movie. We got it at the thrift store the same night, same thrift store as Golf's Ridiculous Obsession.
It was a very sporty night.
Aspen Extreme. Two friends looking for adventure discover extreme skiing, wealth, and seduction. And now they face the greatest challenge of their lives.
They really don't.
Lesbians.
No, they're not lesbians.
Oh, they're dudes.
They-
gay.
I have a problem with one thing on that. Like, no, because
It's Disney in the early 90s. There's no gay here.
Well, there's no gay in Disney now.
Yeah, I know, but they're faking it now.
yeah. There's one thing I want to point out about that really has me like a little bit upset, to be honest. They say they encounter wealth. They go hang out at a rich lady's house a few times, and that's it. None of them get rich.
They encounter wealth. That means
Yeah,
they
they don't
encounter.
get it.
Yeah, they don't get it, James.
It's a random
Yeah.
encounter.
It's diction.
Okay. Can I start my summary?
No.
No. Shut up, Dick Ruggy.
Podcast is over, Dick Ruggy.
Just Dick Ruggy? Not even Dick Ruggy.
Should
Oh.
this one
Okay,
be called
okay,
All Hail to
okay.
Dick Ruggy?
Dick. Alright. So this movie starts off with a fucking 5-minute Ford commercial.
Like, really?
Oh
It's
yeah.
just a bunch of shots of Ford tough trucks being assembled. And then our main character, Fucko, I don't remember his name.
Just call him like the first one will be Bob and the other one will be Frank. How
Oh no,
about that?
I remember Dexter Rudecki's name.
So Dexter Rudecki and Fucko.
Yeah, this one's Fucko.
You remember his fucking name, Dexter Rudecki? How do you remember that?
Because he's Dick
Dexter
Butkus or
Rudecki.
whatever we were calling him.
Is that like the actor's name or is
No,
that?
that's the character's name. And this is Fucko right here.
Oh, his name was Dexter. Yeah.
Yeah. His name
He
is
has a
Dexter
laboratory. Or he kills people. by the
Anyway,
way.
Fucko gets called into his manager's office like, guess what? We're giving you a promotion here at the Ford factory for Ford. And then he walks out and he goes to,
Do I look like flock of seagulls?
yes you do actually.
Yeah, actually.
You're good.
Anyway, so then Fucko, he walks out and he meets up with his friend Dexter Rudecki, who's Hat Man.
I'm a hat man.
I want you to remind me. Did they ever say what Dexter Rudecki's like job was?
He was just fixing ski lifts.
Yeah.
So he was
At
already
the
close
Ford
to ski.
factory?
No, outside the Ford factory.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
There's like a hill. It's like you walk out of the Ford factory and you walk up a hill, and it's like
Dexter-
here's the ski slopes. You ski into the Ford, into the cars being made. That's how you get in your new car.
So if you hit one of these cars in production, does that like do you have to go through insurance?
I don't know.
No, you have to
Ian.
go through Dexter Rudecki.
Yeah, he
have
beats
to
the
go-
shit out of you.
You have to
Anyway.
go through me first.
Anyway, so Fucko and Dexter Rudecki, they're talking, and Fucko keeps going like, man, I just want to get out of this town and go to Aspen so I can ski.
So I can snort coke and snort slopes.
Dude, that scene was hilarious.
Which way do you find out how right you are?
That scene was
What, the part where they're talking about going to Aspen?
Yes, because like the thing is, like I found this movie so boring when we watched it, except for some parts. But like looking back on it, it's one of those movies where you laugh a lot looking back on it. Now, like that scene in particular is really funny because it's like, oh man, I just got a fucking raise and a promotion.
Fuck this town!
I gotta get out of this town because
Ford treats their employees too good.
Imagine
yeah.
having a good job.
What?
Imagine having a good job.
Imagine having a
can't
job.
relate.
And then the guy is just like, yeah, okay.
I'll go with your Fucko.
I don't really know what his like situation is because he seems fine. If anything, he's the guy who should be like, I'm gonna get out of this town and make something of myself. Like not
He
Fucko.
already had made something of himself. He was fixing the ski slope.
He's
Ski lift.
fixing it.
Anyway, what did they do next? Ian.
Well, they go to Aspen and they go to the ski school and they're like, and they just have me like, guess what? We're holding auditions to be ski school instructors tomorrow.
Yeah, did they know about that in advance or they just happened to
I think
be
it just happened on it. So anyway,
white guy luck, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, Fucko, Dexter, and about 8 other dudes go down the ski slopes
It's a dude ranch.
while a Bob Goddamn Seger song plays.
Yeah, feel like a number.
What? Sing it to me.
No, we'll get sued.
You don't want to get sued.
Sing it to me.
Princess, kneel before you. Just go ahead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the song. Anyway, so they go down the hill, and there's 6 positions, and Fucko and 5 other dudes get one. Dexter Rudecki doesn't. And so then he just goes into the boss and says, I'm not gonna stay if you don't give Dexter Rudecki a job.
No, remember before that he goes and writes on the, the
writes
pole.
Dexter Rudecki's name there in fucking pencil.
When this is like clearly typed up.
Yeah, it's typed up as shit.
What a
It's
fucking...
like, this is how my friend's gonna get a job. I'm gonna fucking give him one.
This worked.
Yeah, because the guy's like, I'm a ski instructor and fine, I guess. Even though I don't know you.
Fine, I guess.
I don't know you, Monsieur Fucko.
Oh, he's French. I thought it was German.
He's European.
He's European.
Oh.
He didn't know either. He knew he was European.
Okay, so you're European. Okay, where am I from?
Europe.
Europe.
Okay, so after this, they get like a shitty trailer to live in, essentially.
No, I thought no, they were living in the van before.
Alright, they were living in the van, and they sneak out to try to find food, and they just start knocking on this radio station's window, and they keep asking the DJ for food, and she gives them food?
No, they asked for
what?
propane.
Alright, they ask for propane for
And
food.
she's like, I don't got any propane, but you can come in and have some hot chocolate and a coffee if you want. And then I think that establishes her as a love interest.
It does, but we're not sure for who.
For
Yeah.
polygamy.
Yeah, and
What wins?
and so then the next day, they're just trying to hit on women in the ski pavilion.
Ski
I love
land.
that word.
And
Beautiful.
they keep saying they're gonna, but then they don't. And then this woman comes up and she starts saying things. I don't know what she said, but I think she was flirting with one of them.
Yeah,
And that's the point where we decided to point out. That's the point where one of our main jokes came in. Grizzly Adams.
No, that was in the beginning when there was like they were just showing people like skiing down a hill. And I was like, wouldn't it be hilarious if Grizzly Adams just fucking came out of the woods and grabbed someone and took them back? Like, you know that game Skiing?
Ski Free.
Ski Free.
It's like Ski Free.
Where like the abominable snowman
But it's
comes
not
up.
Snowman, it's fucking Dan Haggerty.
This is Dan Haggerty.
Haggard Dan Haggerty.
Fucking Grizzly Man comes out and drags them away. So that joke just kept us going through most of the movie.
Yeah, well, and then we're like, and then Fucko is, like, oh man, I'm gonna hang out with a rich woman for, that, I'm going, gonna be, in the baby slut. Not baby slut,
Baby slut.
Ian!
I gotta be honest, I didn't listen to anything you said because I was
Yeah.
admiring myself in the mirror, but you brought me back with baby slut.
Ian, seriously, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
What you trying to say?
a sugar baby!
Oh my god.
Ian, they're not equivalent terms.
Ian, I think you took the fuck up award this episode.
Baby slut. Oh, that's
Baby-
funny.
Wait, no.
Baby slut.
No!
Baby slut.
Oh, fuck off!
Dick Ruggy, the baby slut. Anyway, and then he goes and he's like, I guess my gross slubby friend can come too.
Schlub.
Don't talk shit about Dexter Rudecki.
Dexter Rudecki, the fuck up can come too, and he's like, he's not even like overtly a fuck up. He just kind of,
We're just kind of told you to fuck up.
yeah, it's like he's not as good as the other skiers, so he's like bottom tier, but he's still allowed to like teach kids to ski. I didn't get it.
Yeah, fucking kids, just kids.
Yeah.
Who cares if they get hurt?
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them. Pow, pow, pow. That's me punching those kids.
Me
Pow,
playing
pow.
Skyrim.
Out of my way. Out of my way. I'm busy. Me going to get my paycheck.
Yeah.
Punching kids on the way.
And I
I've
think
never
it was
seen a
around.
kid in your store, man. Just old fucking lady.
So there's like the rich chick from earlier, and
Wendy.
she's like hitting on Fucko. She's like, ooh, he's a good skater. Ooh,
Skater.
He was a
Skater. He's skating down the mountain on his like skateboard.
He just doesn't ollie, dies.
Oh, it's just...
And
He was a
Then-
skier boy. She said, "See you later, boy."
God, what band was he a member of? The bassist.
The bassist from Spandau Ballet.
When Spandau Ballet comes out, because for some reason he wanted to be an actor. I
Even
don't
though
know.
he only did this and a stint on EastEnders 10 years later.
It was weird.
Boneless Corey.
So anyway, this dude.
EastEnders, just Boneless Corey.
I don't know what you're...
It's Corey, but he has no bones.
No, Coronation
Corey
Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House?
No, Coronation Street.
Oh, so it's Coronation Street, but it has no bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Got no bone.
Windbath, Coronation Street.
I'm picturing... Okay, I just have to interrupt because I closed my eyes and now I'm picturing a school bus, but it's made of bread. And it's just a slice of bread with mayonnaise in the middle and another slice of bread, and it's rolling down the road on wheels. Okay, just had to let you know, but it's in the shape of a vehicle.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point, the bass player from fucking Spandau Ballet comes out. And he's like, I'm the villain of the picture.
He says it like that.
He might as well
Staples
have.
his fingers,
Like, he just
his
spent the
fingers.
entire time being a douchebag to everyone.
Douchebag.
Douchebag.
Yeah, and he's like,
Douchebag.
I'm the
European
king
guy.
skier, and the main guy, he's like, instead of just being like, shut the fuck up, dickhead, he's like, I'm gonna prove myself to him, because it's like, why do you care about him? He's
Homoerotic subtext.
he's
Ram range.
he's the bass player for Spandau Ballet. Why do you care so much?
Yeah.
What?
And
She's remembering how much Spandau Ballet fucking suck.
Did you just, like, name a porn series?
no, it's
What?
a band. It's a new wave band.
No,
Don't call them
Greg.
a new
Oh.
wave band.
Is that what you just did?
What?
What?
I said homoerotic subtext,
And then
you
I
said
Ram
Ram
Ranch.
Ranch.
We've told you about Ram
Yeah.
Ranch before.
I have no idea
That's a
what you're
musical
talking about.
journey.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch.
I have no idea what that is.
You know the song, Ram Ranch.
No.
So,
I
Ian,
know
what
what
happened
you're doing.
next?
Okay, well, at that point, that was around the time Dexter got fired.
No,
wait, no,
it didn't
no.
come till a lot later, Ian.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
This was the stint of nothing. No. You keep going.
okay, well, Fucko, he sees, Mr. Europe in Spandau Ballet doing the skating thing as, like, a figure eighth on the hill. He's like, I'll beat him by doing that.
Oh yeah, and they're like, oh, "Come on, Dexter, you're gonna do it with me because
But
we're."
you can only practice off the course, where there's no restrictions and no health standards. It's dangerous turf.
Why? Why can't you
Because
practice?
off the course.
Why?
Because it's off the course.
But why?
They don't fucking tell us.
It's just
Okay.
off the course.
And
No, wait, they got their. No, wait, they were told about that, and then they got their cabin.
oh right.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
guys
they live
didn't
in, like-
mention the cabin.
They live in the cabin after they live in the van.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they're, I think the radio DJ's like, you guys.
cabin you can rent.
She's like, I got a train car. You can live in there. It has running water for some reason.
It's a refurbished train car.
It's a refurbished train. Actually, I think that's the reason they give.
Refurbished.
Furby.
It's a Furby train car.
Yeah, the Furby train car.
That's where we put all the Furbies.
Anyway, was
after
it
the
around this
Prohibition.
time that the first big laugh of the movie happened? You know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to think is like no, between that and that there was some stuff because it was like the fucko is like, oh man, just got these two girls, one's a nice lady and the other one
It's like Archie with Betty and Veronica. in
yeah,
comics.
this other one's rich and has weird alternative motives or ulterior motives, not alternative. She's going to show me REM.
Oh no! Ah!
It's just the first alternative band that came to my mind.
Can
Anyway,
I go back to summarizing my movie?
no.
Oh,
I was helping you because I,
I
was
thought James
filling
was
in.
summarizing the
I know.
movie.
I did too.
I got
Okay.
so confused.
Anyway, it was around this point where the movie started to pick up a bit. This is when they were practicing, off the track, and they came to what we lovingly refer to as
The death hole.
the death hole.
The death hole.
Yeah, they're just skiing, and it's like a really boring montage. And then all of a sudden, you just hear ah, and Fucko falls into like this 20-foot deep hole.
And he dies.
No, We just called it the death hole because, well, what else was it? And then Dexter
Grizzly Adams put it there.
Yeah,
to
Grizzly
catch
Adams put it there.
unsuspecting idiots.
That's Grizzly Adams for you. Anyway, then Dexter Rudecki's like, hang on, dude, I got rope. And so eventually Dexter Rudecki does pull him out of there. And I forget, was this around the time Dexter Rudecki gets fired?
Oh,
No.
He got fired for
There's-
falling in the hole.
There's
No, Dexter Rudecki didn't fall in the hole.
Oh.
Fucko fell in the hole.
Oh.
Dexter Rudecki got him out.
this whole movie should have been about Dexter because like
He was a much more interesting
he was a
character.
much more interesting character that just got fucked around by the world. They
God hates Dexter Rudecki.
They get him out of the hole, and
The death hole.
they just bring him to the DJ girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, "The fuck did you bring him here for? Bring him to the hospital." And they're like, "No, we'll get busted and go to jail and not be allowed to ski anymore."
Well, yeah.
Because they're off
There aren't
course.
any fucking slopes in the fucking slammer.
Not the way I use them.
What?
Ian, what are you talking about?
know
That
what
doesn't
you're
even make
implying
sense.
there.
I make my prison cell into a slant.
Oh, okay. And then you ski for 3/4 of a second before slamming into solid concrete.
Yes.
Ian, shut up and talk about the movie.
How can I do that? How
No.
can I do that?
Don't.
I can't shut up and talk about the movie.
I'll talk about the fucking movie then. So then, a whole bunch of nothing happened
Yeah,
after
so
that.
nothing happened.
And
But like, you can tell like this is starting to get potential.
not really. Yeah, okay, yeah. The death hole gave me.
I mean,
Do you mean potential or pretentious?
No, potential.
Potential.
Like, potential to laugh
There's
at.
no pretense in there.
Yeah, it's a very honest movie.
Yeah,
It
it knows what it is.
It is what it is. Anyway, is this when Dexter Rudecki gets fired?
Might as well be because.
Yeah, because nothing happens between then. I forget, how did he get fired?
Out of
Oh, dude, that was one of our favorite scenes.
Yeah, what happened?
So he.
Oh, the fat
yeah,
guy!
He finally makes it up to like ski instructor level.
One-on-one ski instructor level.
And anyway, they're like there, and it's like Dexter Rudecki, you got Mr. Fat Man, because like I don't care what his name
It was Mr. Fat Man.
It was Mr. Fat Man.
That's what the character was.
And everyone's like, "Oh, you got Mr.
got
Fat
Mr.
Man."
Fat Man.
So they go, and here's Mr. Fat Man, and he's like, "I'm going to ski, but I do not know how to ski, and I don't know how to ski, and I'm
And I've
big,
had
fat,
every
and
goddamn
dumb."
instructor in this place.
And for some reason, he has his skis on when he
He's
shouldn't.
in the parking lot.
He's in the park.
He's
Yeah,
in the fucking parking
he was
lot.
in the parking lot.
He's gonna ski.
And anyway, it's like, okay, Mr. Fat Man, come on, let's go to the top of the bunny hill. So they're going, but for some reason, Mr. Fat Man starts going down the hill towards the parking lot.
And there's like a slapstick scene where he almost gets hit by a truck and then
Yeah.
hits like a
I think first he almost gets hit by a bus, then he almost gets hit by a truck,
yeah.
and then he like dies, or he like gets
What?
he gets like mangled because he hits a snowbank or something.
Oh, he
Yeah.
fell in the death hole.
Yeah, he fell in the,
He might as well have fell in the fucking death
he
hole.
fell in one of Grizzly Adams' death holes that were just on the slope. He was feeling dangerous with that one. No, wait, that wouldn't be on the slope. That would have been like
In the parking lot.
Yeah, it was
no,
outside
like in the
parking
road
lot.
next to the.
Yeah, but across the road from the parking lot.
It's just
Hey,
a
this-
really big pothole.
This brings up a really big problem with the resort. How the fuck would you build it so that can happen?
Poorly.
Yeah, poorly.
That's like the ski resort would be like on one side of the property, and then you would have like the slope, and then at the bottom would just be the parking lot with
Well,
no
if
like
you-
barrier.
if you gotta go quickly.
Anyway, so Dexter Rudecki gets fired and he's like, fuck it. Crack time.
Oh god, that is what he does.
What?
Yeah, he starts talking to some guys and they're like, "Hey man, want to start selling crack for us?"
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll sell crack for you.
Fair enough.
Oh
I
wait,
mean,
doesn't he do some
Well,
first?
he smokes some crack first.
No. First he's like, no. First he's like, yeah. He's like, they're like, "Hey man, you want some crack?" And he's like, "Okay, I'm sad. I'll smoke crack."
okay, I guess I'll smoke some
And,
crack.
like, it's literally like, got fired, crack time.
So while Fucko's out
Crack
getting
time.
real good at the slopes and skiing,
And he moved in with the rich lady.
oh yeah,
And the other guy's
And-
getting real good with the crack.
the
Yeah,
other
and he's
guy's
still
in the
living in the
crack den.
Yeah, he turned the train car into a crack den.
And so he's like, oh man, I'm gonna smoke all this crack.
I'm gonna smoke so much crack in this train
And
car.
they're like,
Don't
hey,
get high on your own supply.
Yeah,
hey
he's an
man,
idiot.
you're poor. How about you start selling crack for us?
Fuck off! I want to smoke the crack.
He's like, oh, I don't know about that. Selling crack can be dangerous. Not like smoking it.
Smoking crack is a harmless crime.
Wait a minute,
It's
I just
healthy.
realized, hang on, I just realized something very important.
Yeah.
Medicinal crack?
No, this is the only Disney movie in which crack is mentioned.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I think it's a milestone. I
I
think
think this is a Disney movie.
Yeah, this is a Disney movie.
And they smoke crack.
Yes, the guy Dexter Rudecki smokes crack.
They never show him, but it's like he's
Like
on
you
that.
see the crack, you see the pipe, you see him. You can put two and two together.
It's for the adults in the audience.
It's the
Extreme.
Extreme Alpine.
Top Gun of the ski slopes.
I
That's
was
a
about to
lie.
mention that.
That's
That's
a
a
fucking
fucking lie. There's nothing Top Gun about this.
remember that
Not even
time
a
when
volleyball
Iceman did all
scene.
that crack?
Yeah, that's why it's called Iceman. So anyway, they're like, here's a big bag of crack.
Here's so much fucking crack. Sell this crack.
It's like for this dude, it's like his first time selling drugs. It's like instead of just being like, here's a couple grams, go sell it to Frankie down in the alleyway.
Oh, crackhead Frankie.
That's crack selling training.
They get this dude like full of crack, and
Look, we'll bring you to the crack trader before your crack uniform comes in.
and they're like, go meet Frankie in the restaurant and give him the big bag full of drugs and money.
Oh, right.
Why is it
And
full of
what
drugs and
what
money?
can I next? What came next is what I can only describe as Diet David Lynch.
Oh, God, that was amazing.
Okay.
So
That scene was amazing.
Okay,
the
so...
the dude comes in and he's like freaking out and the camera's going everywhere. It's like I'm watching. It's like if the third season of Twin Peaks was made by the studio and not David Lynch. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It's like it's like it's trying way too hard to be weird and like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And anyway, so like there's a cop at the end of the bar and he's like, how's it going, man? And then they just like cut the close up of his eyes and he's like darting around. He's like, fine. I'm fine. And then the bartender's like, hey man, you ain't looking so good. And he's like, no, everything's good, everything's good.
And then he asked someone if they're crackhead Frankie.
Yeah.
And then everyone's together. Are you crackhead Frankie? You a crackhead Frankie? But like Dexter Rudecki only asked once, and then he's like freaking out, and the rest of the people talking.
Yeah. So everybody's like having conversations around him, and he's like, "Oh my God, they're talking about me."
Because the thing is, they have them where they're like, "Are you crackhead Frankie?" No, I'm not crackhead Frankie.
And so he freaks out and he runs into the bathroom, and there's an old man like washing his hands after he took a piss, and he looks at him. He's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Ah!" And then he runs into the toilet and he dumps like all the drugs
All
into
the
the
fucking
toilet.
crack.
And there's so much crack.
There's so much
like
crack.
this is all their crack they gave to
There
this
is
dude.
so much crack in this movie.
Where did Disney get all this crack?
So he's
From Mickey?
He's freaking out, and the camera's overhead, and the man's dumping bags into the toilet. He's going nuts, and he's like on the floor. He's like,
Crack!
and then and then he runs out of the restaurant. He's like, oh man, I'm glad the drugs are done with. And then
they're
crackhead
not.
Frankie shows up, and he's like, so you got the crack? And he's like, Frankie, we got a problem. Then there's
We got a problem.
then there's maybe one of my favorite haircuts in movie history. The haircut to Fucko driving down the road real late at night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Dexter Rudecki is just bare ass naked on the
He
road.
just runs out the middle of the road. He's bare ass naked in like
fucking Wisconsin, not Wisconsin, like
cold
Cold Town.
town.
It's in Colorado. Yeah, it's in Aspen. It's
Yes.
in fucking Aspen.
You're so
He's running around butt-ass naked in Aspen
At night.
and it's not
In the
clear if
winter.
they stripped him naked and made him run around,
Or the
he's
crack made him do it.
the crack made him do it. But he's like, "Oh man, fucko, I'm in bed, man, I'm in bed," and fucko's like, "That's bad, man. Let's go put you to bed. We'll deal with the crack in the morning. Also, I'm still gonna go live with my rich girlfriend, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't do that."
I don't know if this is a good idea, Dexter Rudecki.
I can't remember what happens next.
Well, for one, he tries to kick the crack, but just doesn't.
Yeah.
He's gonna, but he doesn't.
Oh, well, that's...
And then the radio host shows up, remember?
Yeah.
Oh god,
And
she has crack. She's
No,
crackhead Frankie.
No.
He's just in the shower.
No, he's not in the... Yeah, he's not in the shower yet, was
What's
he?
happening in the shower?
Actually, yeah, the shower. It was the shower.
So he's like in the shower. And she's like, "Where is everything? Oh my god, the house is so dirty. Oh my god, you're cracked out of your mind." And he's like,
Crack
"I'm
everywhere.
not cracked out of my mind. I'm just acting like I'm drunk." And she's like, "No, you are." And
You're on crack.
oh yeah, she goes over to the table and it's like, "I don't know, like, it's like, you know, that shit's expensive and people don't usually have like Scarface amounts just on their table, but they go over to the table and there's just a big mound of coke." And he's like, "Hey man, don't throw my cocaine away." And she flips the table over and cocaine goes everywhere. He's like, "Oh man."
Does she start fucking with him in the shower, though?
Yeah, did she? No, she starts like spraying water on him. She's like, "You're
Yeah.
gonna sober up now."
Yeah,
And then-
from your crack.
Then they just cut to him like,
Naked in the woods again.
no, they're in tracksuits this time. And they're out running around.
Oh yeah, Fucko and Dexter Rudecki are trying to get Dexter Rudecki's life back together.
No, the DJ host is.
Oh right.
Because
All
remember,
right.
he's.
Oh right, they're still fighting. Fucko and Dexter are still fighting.
I don't get why, because like, he's
crack.
He's
and
hanging out with
wealth
Rich Lady, I guess.
and crack.
And crack.
Can't forget the crack.
Ian, you take.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so then DJ Lady and Dexter Crackhead Rudecki are like jogging and shit.
Okay.
And then Radio DJ talks to Fucko and is like, "You know, you and Dexter should get the ski team back together."
What?
The two of them are the ski team, I mean.
Yeah. He's like, "You should start skiing with Dexter."
And then Fucko was like, "Yeah, okay."
Sounds
long-
fair
So
enough.
then he's like, "I got your job back, just don't smoke crack."
Failed step one.
And everything goes hunky-dory for a while, and it's like, Dexter's like, I'm not a fuck-up anymore. Life is good.
And then they're still practicing for like going up against European Man and Spandau Ballet with like the complicated off-track thing. So they go off track.
And then, well, let me guess what happens next. Okay, so they fall in the death hole, but this
No,
time it's
no,
a
no.
hole full of crack.
No, not the death hole.
Crack cavern.
He looks at the snow and he's like, "Look at all this crap."
Well, it doesn't involve the snow. An avalanche happens.
Oh god, it's like that episode of Rescue Heroes.
And then you just see the avalanche happen. The two of them got caught up in it, and then it just cuts to Dexter's grave.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was quick.
Dexter fucking died in the avalanche.
Wow, that's
And then you just get,
wild
like,
from
a
start to finish.
No, it's not over.
Oh Jesus! Start to middle.
No, it's almost over. And then
No, remember the scene is like right after Dexter dies, where it's like the radio host is still pissed at them for some reason.
I met
like,
you guys post-mortem.
Because Fucko doesn't want to like bang her or something.
yeah, something like that.
Or no, it's like they were like going steady, but he was like, "Ooh,
Oh,
I
rich
like
pussy.
rich lady," and she's like, "Ooh, hate that man," and then she just gets like a fax come from the fax machine
Oh, right,
at
she
the radio
read the
station.
Dexter Rudecki's death on air. That's what
And
happened.
she's like
not
real
the grave.
pissy, and she's like, "This just in: an avalanche has occurred on the mountains, and Dexter Rudecki is dead."
Huh.
Wah wah.
And then after that, like, we see his grave and everything.
Yeah.
And so then Fucko was like, "I'm still gonna do the off-course thing."
No, first they
Why?
fire him.
Alright, first they fire him. No, they didn't fire.
Yes,
oh yeah,
they
they
did.
fired him.
Because
The
they
one off course. But
Yeah.
you're forgetting about the fist fight with Spandau Ballet guy.
Wait, what?
when
When he's like cleaning out his locker
Yeah. Or wait, no. Don't they let him stay around for a few days? Because they're like, well, his friend just died.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll have a serious talk with him, and he kind of quits.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that they have one of those scenes.
And then he has a fist fight with Spandau Ballet guy in the locker room.
Yeah, like
Because he's being a dick about Dexter's death.
He's like, I heard your friend
That's
died. Isn't that hilarious? Maybe you guys shouldn't have been trying for greatness. Unlike me, I am greatness. I am the bass player from Spandau Ballet. And he's like, I've had enough of your bullshit, Spandau. And he punches him in the face. And he says, ballet can take that too.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't say that. It'd be a lot cooler if he did.
That's what I thought in my mind.
And so anyway, then he makes up with reporter lady, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go get my job back.
Oh, well, that was convenient.
And he gets his fucking job back.
So, okay, so why did he even get fired? Why even bother firing him in the first place if he's going to get his job back?
Because he was, like, drunk as well. He was drinking after Dexter. He was sad.
But he wasn't smoking crack.
Yeah.
Crack's out of the movie now.
Well, that's good.
And then he gets his job back, and he's like, hey, reporter lady, I like you more than rich lady, because rich lady's kind of a jerk.
And then he's like, I'm still going to do the thing.
How?
No, so he goes up to this like new ski instructor who happens to kind of look like Dexter. And he's like, "You're my partner now," and he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, no, because remember the kid was at first. He's like, "Hey, man, I could be your partner," and he's like, "No, that's for
Dexter Rudecki
and
his crack."
But he's like, "I want to do it now. I want to be ski man, and you're gonna come too." And he's like, "Okay." So they go. Oh, this was the big bullshit of the movie.
Which big bullshit is that?
How many bullshit?
So it's down to the final race, and the fancy man in Spandau Ballet get. I keep saying it, but was Fancy Man part of the?
Yeah,
No, he wasn't. Remember, because he watched both races.
Oh right, well,
some asshole in
Spandau Ballet and some European asshole. And they get a perfect 10.
They get a perfect 10. It's like amazing run, and then it's like, well,
we might as well not even let Fucko and fake Dexter run.
Yeah,
but then they're like, no, we're gonna do it.
So they get 11 out of 10.
No, they get 2 10. No, they get 3 10s, and then they just pick up, and then the judges just start holding up other 10s on each hand.
Because they go off course and do a bunch of illegal shit.
But they survive.
So they survive Grizzly Adams' death hole.
They survive Grizzly Adams in
general.
Then they
win.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie. No, remember he writes like an article.
Oh, right, he also wrote an article about Dexter's life called
Aspen Extreme.
I thought you were going to say Crackhead Extraordinaire. Crack Wonder.
Alright, so we're done with summaries.
Summaries, I guess like main points we can make.
How far?
Oh Jesus, we're an hour and 22 minutes in.
Honestly,
this hour has a 22 minutes.
I think we gave enough commentary with those summaries.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing points you'd like to make?
Yes. One point I want to make for Golf Ridiculous Obsession was that the thing with Alpine Extreme is like we had a lot of fun talking about that. We had more fun than I thought we would talking about it. But the reason for that is like the movie as itself, I don't think it's worth watching because so much of it is just so boring and bland and dull and just like rich people on a ski slope. Like that's just not fun. It's just oh, we're in a big fancy thing. Cool. There's nothing happening. Like, if there was, like, a supercut, like an EIT type supercut of this movie, it'd be perfect. But there's not, and you gotta sit through an hour and a half of... No, that was close to 2 hours, I think.
It was.
You gotta sit through, like, I think it was more than 2 hours.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't even 2 hours. It was like an hour and 50 minutes.
Well, it was torture. You had to sit through an hour and 50 minutes of your life to see some funny parts. And most of their enjoyment came from, wouldn't it be funny if Grizzly Adams came out of the woods? But the thing with golf was quicker. And it was, like, the entertainment value through it continued throughout. It was like, okay, we're here. This is the weird thing. Ain't that weird? Yup. Here's the next weird thing. Ain't it weird? Wow. That's weird. On to the next one. And it didn't leave you, like, bored out of your mind for, like, endless stretches of time. Anyway, what's your closing argument?
Honestly, Golf the Ridiculous Obsession Part 2 wasn't as fun. At all.
It wasn't, but I found it, like...
No. Like, the first part was just, look at these fucking loonies. But the second part was like, let's learn about the fucking loonies. And not in a fun way. It was mostly just shots of museums and stuff. And just, like, really boring technical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's face it, watching golf is like watching flies fuck.
Thanks, George Carlin.
You know what? You know it was coming.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. And whereas this was a slow burn, that gets all of it out of the way quickly. But this is a slow burn, isn't it, James?
I wouldn't call that movie a slow
It's a
burn.
slow burn because
Ian, that's like saying
Ian, that
like
implies that it burns in the first place.
yeah, like no, that's not a slow burn. It's like sitting on a fucking icicle, and then every now and then someone comes up behind you with a firecracker and lights it up, and doesn't tell you. That's not a slow burn. That's just like
That was
having.
so weird. That comment wins.
Okay, okay. Well, you just proven my own. You've taken my other point to the cleaner. So I guess I'm done. It's time for voting. What do you guys think?
You go ahead.
Okay, so like I really like the sheer ridiculous concept. Like, okay, so Appalachian Extreme Beach Volleyball or whatever you called
It
it.
is not Appalachian.
Whatever. Mountains are there.
Appalachian Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there. It's there. Don't worry about it.
It's here.
Don't worry about it.
Like, the good thing, like, with Extreme whatever, is that, like, it's clearly just getting, like, more and more weird as you go along, and it kind of peaks at the crack cocaine and the man dying. But I feel like Golf, what's-his-face's dick and balls doesn't really Dick Ruggy's dick and balls doesn't really have the kind of same tension to it. Like, it's just, like, kind of at a, like, it plateaus, but, like, it's a pretty, like, from what you describe, it's a pretty interesting plateau. Although, like, it does seem like, I don't know, like, it just seems like a lot of it is, like, half of it is, oh, hey, look at this, these fucking weirdos with their golf, and the other half is, golf is terrible, nobody should play it, because you'll turn out like these chumps.
That's kind of the way they go about it.
And that's why they showed the golf club hanging twice.
Yeah, they really had to drive home the point.
And, like, the idea of crack
drive.
cocaine being in a Disney movie is genuinely hilarious. And I really like the, I like the fact that they just randomly kill off the, buddy sidekick literally out of nowhere and for absolutely no reason. Like, you really could have just left him alive, and then you could have just completely erased that weird lookalike man from existence, and it would be the same movie.
Yup.
Nothing would make a difference.
He could still smoke crack if he was alive.
Yeah, exactly. That's his character flaw. That's his one character flaw. He smokes crack.
He died so he couldn't smoke more crack.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Well, that makes it kind of sad, because that means he... Wait, no, he didn't kill himself. Unless he caused the avalanche.
The cocaine out.
Okay, so I've been kind of rambling for what feels like 6 years, so I'm just going to vote for Mountain Men doing stuff.
Yeah!
That's what it's called now.
Well, so my problem with golf is firstly that it's about golf, which
Yeah.
is dumb. Secondly, it sounds like it's just a bunch of, like, rich people going, I love golf. I love golf. I neglect my family because I love golf.
Yes.
And honestly, oh my god, I don't fucking care.
Fair.
Aspen Extreme sounds so funny. I don't think it's supposed to be, but that sounds hilarious.
Oh,
and
it's
I
not
also
supposed to be
I
funny at
fell
all.
asleep while you were talking because I thought that I had my eyes closed and I was picturing like Dexter Romeo, and I was like thinking about all his adventures in the cocaine. And then I at some point fell asleep and I started having a weird dream about Dexter, and and that was a nice addition, so thank you for that. And then I woke up again, And
You're still fucking talking.
yeah, so I guess I listened a little bit. But your movie has sport and drugs and recovery montage and then inevitable death, which is a lot of things happening. And I think that I would watch it, and I hate golf. So I also vote Ian.
I win.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
on the first, for real. This time.
Honestly, I had a lot more fun talking about
Aspen Extreme.
Aspen Extreme than I thought I would.
Yeah, the thing,
And
like,
it's
I've
like-
been thinking about this movie since we watched it, and it gets a lot funnier the more I think about it.
It's like I still like Golf the Ridiculous Obsession.
if it was
like,
just part one,
it
that
was
would have
just
won
part-
easily.
Yeah, if it was just part one, it would have won easily. I did like part two, like even out of like a joking manner, because like the way they presented it's actually kind of interesting. Oh, Ian, shut up. Anyway, but like I don't know. I thought I had it in the bag just because of the cover.
Yeah, you relied too heavily on the cover, and I was smart to give it to you because of the cover.
Oh, shut up, Ian. But anyway, congratulations, you win.
I get to pick next week's movies.
I mean, we've had those like ready for weeks. It's just the VCR was broke.
Just go with those ones right away.
Why? We'll
We
figure it out.
We did music recently.
We'll figure it out later, folks.
Yeah, that's a teaser for
Anyway.
maybe next episode.
All right, this was The Real Dilemma, and this is Greg saying, I don't know who Grizzly Adams is, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask.